I think really it's just about the changing conversation about operating models. Historically, when we talk about operating model design, we've been working with firms for something that supports their business ambitions and growths over a 7 to 10 year period. As the industry is going through a period of extremely rapid change, we're seeing a demand for more flexibility, more ability to evolve constantly, as opposed to having to revisit and reinvent on that sort of elongated time frame. So when we sort of think about the smart sourcing design of operating models, we're really thinking of sort of 3 key factors. So the first of those is really about that autonomy and flexibility. So making sure that clients have the ability to drive what an operating model looks like based on their needs, as opposed to the way a platform has been put together. The next one is really about scalability and growth. So being able to support those growth ambitions that the firm has, whatever they may look like, noting that it's different for different firms depending on where they're up to in their evolution, and being able to make sure you can do that seamlessly, so not having to sort of reinvent that whole model again. But critically, really, it's about the data assets. Everybody recognises data is sort of a critical component of the value add and the differentiator of business these days. Making sure that they have that transparency, that control throughout the data lifecycle, from end to end of all of the different sort of investment classes that they hold, that's absolutely critical.
Let's begin answering that by looking at the 3 key drivers for looking at operating models. I think some themes that we're seeing rapidly changing today. One is consolidation in the market. We're seeing mega funds. We're seeing asset managers get larger through acquisition. These funds are rapidly achieving growth and size, but not necessarily scale. So I think it's the first key focus for them. I think second, we're seeing globalization. These funds are looking to expand globally, and providing support and service to that growth really key. And doing that through smart sourcing is a very obvious choice. I think the third and final thing for me is really about diversification of returns. People are looking to invest in new areas all the time. We're seeing a growing expansion out of traditional asset classes into new ones. That's a big burden on data and technology. It's not something that can be built quickly internally. So we're seeing smart sourcing providing a really key role there. So I think when you think about those 3 key areas, it requires flexibility. I think it really requires a renewed focus on operating models and how you think your business is going to look in 3, 5, 10 years' time. I think traditionally operating models have been 7 to 10 year sort of set environments. The use of technology, the emergence, if you like, of smart sourcing providers means that really is about 3 to 5 years now. And we're seeing clients focus more rapidly on good modern technology. Let's face it, no 2 clients are identical. So I think that the first thing we have to do when we're helping the clients is really have a look at how that business is set up and really what their key focus areas are. Everyone needs flexibility through their business to adjust for market changes and new capabilities in the market. But likewise, companies have legacy platforms, org structures, capabilities internally as well that have to be reviewed. So I think that the need for flexibility and scale on one side, and then being conscious of where companies are coming from and their sort of journey to hit that next stage is really key. Finally, transparency and cost as well. I think that's a key area of focus for us to support them in that change.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, Barney, the conversations are simply becoming more nuanced. Every firm is evolving and changing and growing in its own way and on its own sort of pathway, if you like. So whilst the end destination may be similar for these firms, the way they're getting there and the speed at which they're getting there is sort of very different. So really, when we sort of think about it, it's about providing them with sort of a guidance, if you like, to what that runway looks like for them in a way that allows them, as you say, to manage the cost in a predictable fashion as they move forward, regardless of how they are sort of growing and scaling, how they're performing sort of capabilities either inside the business or sort of outside. And that's really where the flexibility of the Stationary Alpha platform comes into play, is giving clients a platform that supports that growth and scalability with the predictability of sort of the cost model, the risk and control sort of mitigations that they need to sort of satisfy the regulatory environment, but really critically whilst maintaining full control and visibility over those data assets that, as we've said, is absolutely critical to their business going forward.